Welcome to the second ever episode of the Ball Knowers podcast here on Ball Knowers Anonymous. I am Kin. I'm your host. My strange addiction is knowing ball. I have a feeling that's yours too. As usual, we have our Savant page over here to my right. I was about to say to my left again because I'm pointing to my left. I don't know. You guys don't care. You don't need to know that. Pointing to my left. Last week, we had a pitcher as our Savant page of the week or of the episode. It was Clay Holmes. Now, nobody guessed that. That's okay. If you want to guess this one here, this is a hitter. Today, we have a hitter, and it looks like he matches baseballs. So there you go. Go ahead and guess today's Savant page. As usual, follow my personal Twitter. That is over here. _24 Kin and the Ball Knowers Anonymous Twitter page at Ball Knowers Anon. Pretty simple. Last week's theme was, what can we do to bring the Yankees back to the World Series? This week, it doesn't really have a theme. I just thought it sounded fun. Analytically speaking on the Ball Knowers pod, it sounds fun. Tell me that doesn't sound fun. It sounds fun. Stop lying. You know it sounds fun. Shut up, bro. Okay. Look, today's agenda. And the first thing on my list, something I've been talking about on Twitter a lot lately. You might be tired of hearing about it at this point. But it's going to be, number one, optimize your lineups. Please. I'm sick and tired of seeing Anthony Volpe lead off like mock lineups. No. That's terrible. Number two, I'm going to grade the Yankees so far. I put so far because they better not be done getting people yet. So we're grade the Yankees acquisition so far. Number three, one more bat. They need one more bat. The Yankees, they need it. He needs to be an infielder, too, at this point. But they need one more bat, preferably another thumper. That'd be pretty fun. Then number four, hot takes. A few days ago, I asked you all on Twitter for your hot takes. You guys gave me some pretty juicy ones. So we're going to dive into those a little bit here at the end of this episode. But yeah, guys, for the first segment here, the first topic of today, it's going to be about optimizing your lineups. Guys, we are past the days of needing somebody fast in the leadoff spot. You don't need a guy fast here. You need a guy that gets on base. That's it. We're beyond the days of the two-hole hitter being like good with bat control or whatever. No, that's not how this works. We're beyond the days of your three-hitter being the best hitter on your team. No, that's not how this works anymore. We don't do that anymore. Let's take a look at what an optimized lineup would look like. Number one, best on-base percentage. I don't care if you're fast. I don't care if you're slow. I care that you get on base. I don't care how you get on base. I don't care if you have a 150 average, but you draw a walk 60% of the time, so you have you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. I don't care if you get hits. I don't care if you get walks. Sorry, I just punched my mic. I just care that you get on base. That's all that matters. I saw a tweet. Someone was like, oh, yeah, I really would love it if my on base, I would really love it if my leadoff guy had 10th percentile sprint speed. Hey, we're talking about Yandy Diaz. Are you kidding me? Yandy Diaz? Hold on, wait a second. Let me pull up this Savant page real quick. And I don't even need the Savant page. It's just what I happen to be on right now. Yandy Diaz, last season, only had a 341 on-base percentage, which obviously not his best year ever. But the year before that, 410. The year before that, 401. Yeah, that's my leadoff man. Like 10 out of 10 times, that is my leadoff man. But we're talking about 10th percentile sprint speed. Come on, man. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. In the two-hole, you're going to put your best hitter. Like I said, you're not putting a back control guy here. You're not moving over that leadoff hitter anymore. You're not just, you know what I'm saying? That because that used to be the whole thing. Oh, my two hitter is going to move over the leadoff hitter, and then when my third hitter, my best hitter comes up, my leadoff hitter will be in scoring position. That sounds so inefficient. That's as inefficient as thinking you can get 3 or 4 hits in one inning off a great pitcher in the playoffs. That's stupid. That is dumb. Put your best hitter right there in the two-hole, and he's just going. The whole point is for him to drive in your leadoff hitter immediately. That's it. We're not wasting time. We're not putting anyone between the best on base percentage and the best hitter. We're bringing him up, drive him in right away. Simple. In the 3 spot, this is where I get a lot of questions. 3 spot, you're putting your 5th best hitter. Why? Because the 3 hole comes up with 2 outs and nobody on more than any other position in the lineup. That's really just the main reason. So in my 3 spot, it's kind of a filler spot. I'm not going to put my best guy there. Well, obviously, you're also not just going to put anyone there. You put somebody pretty good there. But you're not wasting any of your best hitters in that 3 spot for that reason. And even when the 3 spot, even though the 3 spot does come up in important situations, the 2 spot, the 4 spot, and the 5 spot all come up in an equal amount, or no, not an equal amount, I'm sorry, in more important situations, more being like numerically more, like they show up in important situations more often than the 3 spot. Did that make sense, the way I just worded that? So if the 3 spot comes up to an important situation 5 times, the 2 and 4 spot come up in important situations 7 times. You get the point. It's numerically, it happens more often. God, that was so dumb. That was the worst explanation ever, but you get it. Then in the 4 spot, this is where you're going to have your 2nd best hitter, 5 spot, 3rd best hitter, so on and so forth, and blah, 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 blah. Guys, we just need to do better at optimizing our lineups. I'm not really, overly strict with how I put things together after the first 2 hitters, if I'm being honest. I do try to keep this exact method if I'm creating a lineup that I believe to be optimized. But really, man, we just got to stop putting Anthony Volpe lead off. You can't have someone with a sub 300 on base percentage leading off. You just can't do it. Now, how would a 2024 Yankees lineup look optimized? Your leadoff hitter isn't Gleyber Torres. It's not Anthony Volpe. It's not Jazz Chisholm or Alex Verdugo or whoever else they tried there. The 2024 Yankees should have just been leading off Juan Soto all season. The entire year. He is the quintessential leadoff hitter. He's going to get on base 40% of the time. He's going to draw his walks. He's going to draw his walks. He's going to... Sorry, that just threw me off completely. He's going to draw his walks. He's going to get hits. He's going to hit home runs sometimes, too. He's going to be everything at the leadoff position. But the most important thing he's going to do is he's going to get on base. Then obviously Aaron Judge would go right behind him, followed by Austin Wells and Carlos Stanton, Jazz Chisholm, Gleyber Torres, and so on and so forth. I can't believe we didn't get this lineup at least one time last season. It was always just so absurd to me. Why did Juan Soto not lead off a single game for the Yankees? That's what his approach at the plate is just so built for. Unless obviously he's your best hitter on the team, then he would be in the 2 spot. But you understand, you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I would have loved to see this at least one time. Hopefully my entire bit of rambling there made sense. I know I kind of lost my footing there somewhere in the middle, but this is what an optimized lineup looks like. Speed doesn't matter at the top of the order. Just get on base. And then if you want to do anything specific with the bottom part of the lineup, like for 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8, 9, the only thing that you really could do, I mean, you should just go descending order from best to worst. I think Ben Rice is a better hitter than both of these two. That's why I put him there. But another thing you can do is you can take a guy like Anthony Volpe. You can put base stealers in front of singles hitters. Because that's really the only time that speed and base stealing is really important is when you're in front of a singles hitter, if that made sense as well. So if you're in the bottom of your lineup and you're like, oh, Anthony Volpe or Alex Verdugo, you just put Anthony Volpe first. For one, he's a better hitter, and 2, he's a base stealer in front of a singles hitter. That was long-winded. That was a lot of words. Hopefully you guys get what I was trying to say. If you have any questions, of course, go ahead, drop them. Any comments, go ahead, drop them. I'm sure there will be, because optimizing lineups is a fun topic. I enjoy it a lot. Ah, man. I forgot to bring a water in here with me, but we're going to do this all in one take, so I'm not going to go get it. Second part of the agenda, grade the Yankees so far. Let's look at their acquisitions. So far, they have Max Fried, Devin Williams, Cody Bellinger, Paul Goldschmidt, and Fernando Cruz, and Alex Jackson. Is that his name? I think that's his name. I think so. Look, I like the Yankees offseason so far. I think they've done a pretty good job at pivoting off of Juan Soto. Really, the big thing that you're missing is just really a big bat. Goldschmidt could be good. Bellinger, I think, will do better in Yankee Stadium than he did at Wrigley Field. But I still think you need another thumper in that lineup. But let's grade what they've done so far. The first acquisition, they got Max Fried. There's really not much to hate about this pickup besides the fact that it's 8 years, but it was always going to be longer than you should have done, if that makes sense. Because the way oh no, I can't get off the topic. The way free agent contract works when you're talking to a guy that's in their late 20s or even like 30, 31 years old, you're always going to give them more years than you probably should. And you're just going to hope that they're good for 4 of those years. That's just always how it works. That's literally in the entire history of everything ever. You give players more years than they need. You give them all this security for extra years. And you say, okay, cool, go be elite for 3 or 4 of these years, and then anything after that, that's just gravy. That's literally how it's always worked. That's how the Aaron Judge contract is going to go too. You're going to hope that he's good for another 2 to 3 years, right, up until he's, say, 35. And then after that, you're going to go, okay, anything after this, that's just gravy. But yeah, Max Fried, man, look, my favorite part about Max Fried, and I actually posted a tweet about this, is he is Clay Holmes, the starting pitcher. Yeah, Yankee fans, get ready for this. He manages contact like no one else in the game in the starting pitcher spot. As you can see, his ground ball percentage, he's keeping the ball on the ground, hard hit percentage, he's not getting hit hard, barrel percentage, he's not getting barreled, and then that average exit velocity, literally just no one's hitting the ball hard off him. Has about an average strikeout rate, an average walk rate, very similar to a guy like Clay Holmes as well. But he's just here to keep the ball in the yard, keep it on the ground. Really, I'd say the most concerning thing for me, obviously there's injury concern with Max Fried, forearm issues. But the biggest thing from me is I noticed this walk percentage here. And I just realized you guys can't see my mouse. Can I fix that? Hold on. Can I fix that? All right. I tried to fix it, but I didn't fix it. So I'll just edit that part out real quick. Yeah, I realize you guys can't see my mouse, though. But you can kind of see where my mouse is going you get it. But the biggest concern I have for Max Fried is this walk percentage. 8%, about league average. If we look in previous seasons, 5.8%, 87th percentile. Go back to 2022, 4.4%, 94th percentile. So this is a guy that constantly just said no to walks, and then 2024 came around, and suddenly he's walking 8% of batters, and he's only league average at that. You would love to see that drop down a few percentage points, but overall, it's not the most concerning thing in the world. You still have a lot of faith in Max Fried to go out there and perform. I like that pickup a lot. If you don't like that pickup a lot, well, you're wrong. Devin Williams, obviously he's nasty, and getting him for Nestor Cortez, there was definitely a 2-player trade here, wasn't it? God, look at me not knowing ball. Devin Williams is a beautiful move. I know a lot of people are going to talk about, look, you guys just picked up someone who's not good in the playoffs, just like everyone else on your team. Bro, shut up. You're so boring. You're actually just so boring. Devin Williams, he just has probably the nastiest changeup in the entire league. 2-pitch pitcher, and that's all he throws. 4-seam changeup, 4-seam changeup. He threw 6 cutters last season, and that was just in 21 innings. Obviously, he had a bit of a struggle with injury. If you wanted to look more at a full season of Devin Williams, he's just always striking out in the high 30, almost 40%. Well, this is 40% of batters. Really, his issue is his control. As you can see, he's constantly walking about 12% of batters as well. He just has a nasty savant page. Devin Williams he's a rare pitcher that strikes people out and avoids damage. Most pitchers are one or the other. Look at someone, we'll bring up Clay Holmes again. Clay Holmes doesn't strike a ton of people out, but he's very good at managing contact. We can look at somebody like, I believe, Luke Weaver, he strikes a ton of people out now, but when he gets hit relatively hard. He gets barreled. There's this hard hit percentage. Oh, you guys can see my mouse now. Cool. But yeah, he gets hit relatively hard. The average exit velocity. So there's a lot of relievers that are one way or the other. They either get hit hard, but they strike a ton of guys out, or they manage contact and don't strike a lot of guys out. Devin Williams just does both. He just does both, which is insane. You can see, whiff percentage, K percentage, he's striking guys out. And then the barrel percentage and hard hit percentage, he's not getting hit hard at all. And that's really what impresses me the most. There's actually another reliever that I recently discovered. And by recently discovered, I mean Mr. Yankees Files showed me this guy, Edwin Uceda. What is this? What is this savant page? Only 41. Well, I'm not even going to say only. 41 innings. That's a solid amount of innings. He doesn't walk anyone. He doesn't get barreled. He strikes out everyone. He gets people to chase. He gets whiffs. He doesn't get hit hard. This guy is disgusting. So this is like the trifecta that you really don't see too often. Strikes guys out, limits damage, and doesn't walk people. But now we're off topic. Let's go back to Devin Williams. I love this move a lot. I'm going to miss Nestor Cortez. I think Yankees fans were very unfair to Nestor Cortez last season. He was the workhorse of our rotation. He led us in innings, and he was solid at below a 4 ERA. I mean, I really don't understand why. And I'm talking about like before the World Series. Obviously, I understand he came in and gave up that grand slam to Freddie Freeman, whatever. But even during the regular season, a ton of Nestor Cortez hate. Why? I'll never quite understand it. But yeah, we traded him away, got Devin Williams. I love that move. It's a beautiful move. Cody Bellinger. I talked about him a bit in last episode. It's a good move. It makes sense. He's gonna play solid defense out there. Hopefully in left field. Hopefully they're not putting Jason in left field. Hopefully Bellinger is playing solid defense out there in left field. Jason in center. And Belly, we all know about how he would have hit 24 home runs if he played all of his games in Yankee Stadium last season. And really, if he hits 24 home runs instead of, say, 18, you're looking at a guy that has closer to an 800 OPS on the season. And that's not even an exaggeration. That's what you're looking at. So Bellinger, I think he'll play great in Yankee Stadium. Like I said, had 18 home runs last season, would have hit 24 in Yankee Stadium, which you guys can't see. There it is. Would have hit 24 in Yankee Stadium. I think that's going to help him a lot. He pulls fly balls, man. He's in the 89th percentile in pulled fly ball rate. He's anti-ground ball, which is just another cool little thing. Only 37% ground ball rate. You love to see that. I think Cody Bellinger is going to be very good for the Yankees. Yeah. I like the pickup. He wasn't my favorite, but I still like the pickup for him. Who else do we have? Paul Goldschmidt. Don't love it. Definitely don't love it. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying, "Oh, but look at his savant page. He still hits the ball hard. He's still this. His underlying metrics are this." You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. He's still 92nd percentile hard hit percentage is obviously elite. The barrel percentage, average exit velocity, and then all of the expected numbers are pretty good. He actually underperformed his peripherals last season. You see his expected batting average 10 points higher than what he actually put up. His expected slugging 36 point higher than what he actually put up, and so on and so forth. Here's the concerning part about Paul Goldschmidt, and I actually put together a little graphic to talk about this. I posted this on Twitter earlier too. Yes, he is barreling baseballs. That's awesome. But that K percentage is the highest we've seen since his rookie season at 26.5%. The chase percentage is the highest we've seen in his entire career. And then the run value versus fastballs at -3. He's posted that the past 2 seasons, when in 2022 his run value versus fastballs was 22, and in 2021 his run value versus fastballs was 13. So this is a guy that typically is very good against the fastball, but has slowed down in recent seasons. Why does this matter? Historically speaking, you can kind of paint a picture towards a player's downfall based on how they perform against the fastball. Did that wording make sense? You can project a player to probably start getting worse if they're starting to do worse against the fastball. A lot of times you'll see older players, they will, start swinging earlier so that they can catch up to the fastball. They'll start guessing fastball so that they can catch up to the fastball, and that'll lead to things like a higher chase percentage or a higher strikeout percentage. I do think, there is a way the Yankees could fix this. I was actually watching Ryan Garcia. He was live the other day talking about this exact thing. He said the Yankees could possibly fix this if they say, "Hey, Paul, you still have good power. What if you just take the fastballs the other way? Then we're not as concerned about catching up to them and pulling them. What if you just go the other way with them?" That could potentially help out Paul Goldschmidt. I don't really love the move, but it's only a 1-year deal, and there's no such thing as a bad 1-year deal or whatever, man. I don't know. I don't love that saying, just because, like, when you're in a championship window that the Yankees are in right now, it's really only maybe 2 more years of this window being open. I don't want to waste that on a 1-year deal such as Paul Goldschmidt. But we'll move on. Fernando Cruz, this guy has one of the nastiest splitters in the entire game. All I've seen is Reds fans going, "Oh, you guys are going to see why we hate Fernando Cruz. You guys are going to see why we don't like him. You guys, shut up, man. You don't have Matt Blake. You don't have Matt Blake, the pitching coach. You don't. Matt Blake fixes guys like Fernando Cruz. And it's probably as simple as, "Hey, don't throw this pitch anymore. His cutter stinks. Players, they hit the shit out of the cutter." It could be as simple as, "Hey, never ever throw the cutter ever again, and you'll be better." Now, is that the actual fix? I don't know. But Matt Blake is very good at finding a very simple fix and saying, "Hey, do this instead," and making pitchers go from Pirates Clay Holmes to Yankees Clay Holmes, or any Luke Weaver ever to Yankee Luke Weaver. You get the point. Matt Blake is going to figure something out with this guy. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the 3s for his ERA. Obviously, nothing crazy, but still a drastic improvement from a 4.8. And yeah, that's really it. So if I were to grade the Yankees offseason so far, I mean, Max Fried is like an A pickup. Devin Williams is like an A+ pickup. Bellinger is probably like a B-. A B. Well, we'll give him a B. Paul Goldschmidt, only because he's going to be better than Anthony Rizzo, and there's absolutely no way he can't be better than Anthony Rizzo, I'll give that a C+, just because that is an upgrade at first base. And then Fernando Cruz, I think he's going to be really good, man. I'm going to give that move a B+ as well. Rest in peace, Jose Trevino. Have fun on the Reds. What is the next part of my agenda? Let's see what we got. One more bat. The Yankees need one more bat. I'm going to talk about, how many guys do I have up here? I have 2 different guys up here. I'm going to talk about 3 different guys right now. Let me pull up, make sure I have all of them pulled up and ready. Yes, I do. Okay, one more bat. The Yankees need one more bat. It has to be an infielder. I would prefer if it is a thumper. I have 2 possible trade targets. Not sure if they're going to get traded. And then one guy that's a free agent. Let's go ahead and get it started off with Eugenio Suarez. Guys, Suarez is awesome. He's so sick, man. He just destroys baseballs. He hits the ball hard. He barrels baseballs. He also pulls the ball in the air, which he doesn't even really have to do because he does have a solid amount of power, but he does that anyways. Obviously, if you want, you could be concerned about that strikeout percentage. I'm really not. The one thing I would maybe be a little concerned about is he's walking less. In the past, he would walk 10, 11% of the time. But last season only walked 7.7% of the time, which is a little odd for him. The chase percentage was definitely up. But yeah, Suarez would be great at third base. He's a solid defender, three outs above average last season. He's actually been a really good defender the past few years, 12 the year before that. And okay, we won't talk about 2022 then. But yeah, he's a solid defender over there at third. He destroys the baseball. He can hit it to all parts of the yard, which I think would help him in Yankee Stadium if he, decided to go the other way a little bit. But he really doesn't have to. He can pull all these fly balls and just hit home runs anywhere. Yeah. Eugenio Suarez, what did he hit last season? He hit 30 home runs. In Yankee Stadium, he would have hit 24. Wow, no way. Why? I think it's probably just because he pulls them all out to left center. So actually, he doesn't really project well for Yankee Stadium, but I'm still going to keep him on the list anyways. Wow, 6 less home runs. That actually kind of stinks, not going to lie. But he matches. He still matches, guys. Let's be real. Just like, but for my narrative's sakes, he'd still be good. No, I still like Eugenio Suarez either way. The second one, and a lot of people have been talking about this guy. Let me get Brandon Lau to come play second base for the Yankees. He's never been much of an on-base guy. As you can see, 311, 328, 308. Not much of an average guy either, but who cares? He's just going to absolutely destroy the baseball. He's going to hit the ball in the air. He's going to pull fly balls. He's going to barrel the baseball. All of his peripherals are going to say, hey, he should have been better than he really was. The expected slugging, 12 points higher than the actual slugging. Batting average, 10-point difference as well. Great xWOBA at 346. This guy just hits balls. This guy just mashes. And he's always been a good fielder, so he's gotten better at fielding since days where he used to be really bad, actually. Wow, he used to be a terrible fielder, it looks like. Or he just doesn't know. It just any given year, Brandon Lau will not defend well. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, cool. But yeah, Brandon Lau, he just destroys the ball. There's a reason that every Yankee fan ever would like to see Brandon Lau play for the Yankees. Would have only had 20 home runs in Yankee Stadium, but that's because he has these couple over here that he didn't really pull, which, whatever, shit happens. But Brandon Lau would be a beautiful pickup for this team. He would just slot in beautifully in that 3 spot or 5 spot. Yeah, I would love that a lot. Not going to lie. Then the last one is a reunion that I will not give up on until the dream is officially dead. Bring back Gleyber Torres. Just do it. Just bring him back. I don't care, man. He just plays to Yankee Stadium. Now his 2024 wasn't that good, but I think the 2023 Gleyber Torres is more of an indication of who he is, or even the 2022 Gleyber Torres is more of an indication of who he is. Gleyber Torres in 2022, he stopped trying to be DJ LeMahieu, right? Because in 2021, he was telling the world, "Oh, I want to be just like DJ," so he walked more and struck out less and didn't hit the ball hard ever. I hated 2021 Gleyber Torres. This is my favorite player, by the way. But yeah, 2022 Gleyber Torres just decided, hey, wait a minute, I don't care about walks or striking out. I'm just gonna go up there and hit the ball hard. 2023 Gleyber Torres, kind of similar, but he 2023 Gleyber is actually just so interesting. This is when Gleyber really learned, like, oh wait, I can do good things and not chase pitches. Yeah, I think Gleyber, if you're looking at Gleyber as a hitter, he's more, how do I word this? You'd always project Gleyber Torres to be more like his 2022 or 2023 self. 2024, obviously a down year, but he was great when he got moved to the leadoff position. I do think if you bring Gleyber back, he is your leadoff hitter. But yeah, I would love a reunion. I think if you don't love the idea of Gleyber Torres reunion, you're just wrong. Sorry, you just are. As everyone will go, oh, well, his track record of it being a bonehead. How about his track record of just hitting the ball? How about that? What about that track record? What about his, almost 140 home runs since he's, been in the league? What about that track record? I'm so sick of people being, oh, Gleyber Torres, he's lazy. Anthony Rizzo's lazy. DJ LeMahieu's lazy. They don't run either. Be real. I have yet to have anyone respond to me on any of my Gleyber Torres posts with real statistical reason as to why this guy should not come back. Everyone just says, he's just a bonehead. He's just lazy. He's just, what does that even mean? I don't care about your faulty eye test and your memory that's going shot. Give me something real. I'm yapping. We're at about 33 minutes, though. Like I said last week, I want these all to be about 40 minutes long. Hopefully, we can do that with these hot takes. Not sure how long it's going to take me to get through them. But we start with a good one. Now, this first one made me have to get into my bag just a little bit. Now, I think I have a pretty deep bag of baseball knowledge, but that bag, I will say it's semi-limited. I have a deep bag of Yankee knowledge, we'll say that. So this question here, or not question actually, this hot take, George Kirby will end the year as a top 5 starting pitcher in baseball. I love it. I love it. Top 5, I'm not sure. Not sure about top 5. See, George Kirby is interesting. He's had 3 great seasons of really performing like a 2 to 3 starter on any team. The whip is low. He doesn't walk anyone. Oh, he says no to walks. That's my favorite thing about George Kirby. Forget everything else on this Servant page. George Kirby says no to walks, and he has always said no to walks. If there's anything I would like to see out of George Kirby, though, I mean, he's great at, I won't say great, he's good at managing contact. He's average at getting strikeouts. There's just, top 5 is a stretch for me. By the way, the question came from at Julian the Cut on Twitter, Waifu Ju. Top 5 is a stretch for me just because I need him to strike some people out and I need him to give up less damage, being the barrel percentage, being the average exit velocity. I need some more swings and misses on some of these pitches here. But I like the hot take though. I could see him somewhere in that 10 to 15 range if everything kind of stays the same. Like if everything just gets a little bit better, I could see him in that 10 to 15 range. But if he really figures out how to make more people swing and miss and get some more strikeouts, okay, I can definitely see a top 5 pitcher next season. I could definitely see that. Second hot take, who is this going to come from? We got Drew at Drew Clugs on Twitter saying Orioles will finish 4th in the AL East. Alonso to Toronto, and they'll play Vladdy at third. So we have 2 different hot takes here. Let's start with the first one. Orioles finish 4th in the AL East. I am the biggest Orioles hater out there. There's absolutely no doubt there's not a bigger Orioles hater out there than at _24kin. I am their biggest hater. If the Orioles have no haters, I'm dead. I cannot stand this team. I can't stand their fans. There's a reason I can't stand their fans, right? Their team's been bad for so long that their fans don't know how to talk shit. They just post some dumb shit on the timeline. I'm like, that wasn't even that diss was so stupid it made me mad. Like, that's how I feel reading Oriole fans' tweets. So I'm the biggest Orioles hater in the world. Finishing 4th in the AL East. Ooh, that's tough. That is tough. Let's pull up some Fangraph projections here real quick. Look at their team WAR projections. What do they got so far for the Orioles? Let's see. We're going to just sort it by total WAR. The free agents would be the best team in the league right now. No. But they have Dodgers at the top. Yankees in second, by the way. Yankees already looked at as the second best team in the league, according to Fangraph's projected WAR, by the way. Haters seethe and piss and moan. Orioles are here at 4th, which let's go ahead and take a look at them. Adley Rutschman, okay, they're saying, hey, Adley Rutschman's going to have a bounce-back season. He's going to learn how to hit the baseball while he's catching. Maybe, I don't know. Last year, he could only hit when he was DHing. He wasn't actually a good catcher when it came to hitting the baseball. Ryan Mountcastle, Ryan O'Hearn, perfectly fine platoon. I actually wouldn't mind Ryan O'Hearn on the Yankees. That'd be kind of cool. Jackson Holiday, they're saying, hey, this guy will actually be a decent player this season. Okay, cool. Gunnar Henderson, top 10 player in the league. Relatively easily, too, by the way. I know a lot of Yankees fans don't want to admit that, but top 10. Relatively easily. Jordan Westberg. I think the Orioles will have a very good offense, just like they've had the past few years. Really, I think the concern comes from the pitching side of things. Who replaces Corbin Burns? As of right now, no one, really. I think Grayson and Zach Eflin are going to be very good. And then you have a few guys where it's like, hey, we could all be pretty good here. I could see this team giving up a ton of runs. And maybe the offense is able to keep up with it. Maybe they're not. 4th. Ooh. Okay, here's the only issue, though. You said 4th. If you would have said 3rd, I would have been like, okay, yeah, I could definitely see that. But 4th would mean they'd have to be worse than either the Rays or the Blue Jays, too. I'm not sure I could see that. But I could see the Red Sox with their young guys and their improved pitching potentially jump the Orioles into the 2 spot. I actually think that'd be pretty cool. I'd like to see that happen. But 4th, I just don't see the Rays being better. I'm gonna say 3rd place. I'm gonna say 3rd place Orioles. I think I could go as far as that, definitely. Now, speaking, another similar hot take coming from my guy Nick. He was also on the episode last week with his Cody Bellinger hate. This week he comes in with a hot take. Red Sox will finish 2nd in the AL East. I think I buy that. I think I 100% love that. Let's go take a look at Red Sox projections here and see where they are at. As of right now, if you're looking on the right side of the screen here, the Red Sox are projected to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They're projected to be 13th in the league based off of just Fangraphs WAR predictions. Now, what they really could use is a catcher that can actually catch the baseball. That would be pretty sick. I think that would help them a lot. I think that would help their pitching a lot because they have a ton of great pitching, but no one on their team knows how to actually catch, which just a bit concerning. Full year Tristan Casas is going to be sick. Is that how you say it? Casas, right? Yeah. He's going to be sick. He's probably going to hit 30 home runs. He's going to get on base. I'm a big fan of Casas. And then we're going to see some of these younger guys get hopefully a lot more plate appearances than this. Christian Campbell for one. Roman Anthony even. They are projecting him to get a decent amount of plate time. Hopefully we get to see all these guys, and we get to see a lot of them. That would be a lot of fun for me. We have Tennis Racket over here in left field. This Red Sox team last year, if I remember correctly, they were a top 10 offense just based on runs scored. I don't see why they can't repeat that this year. Obviously, we all know about Rafael Devers, great hitter, can't field anything unless it's 2019, but he's going to just continue to mash. I like this offense a lot, and I think they're going to have solid pitching as well. Garrett Crochet is going to be great. Tanner Huck is going to be good. Cutter Crawford stinks. They should trade him. He's terrible. Oh God, Cutter is king. Well, the worst Twitter account out there. And they have a pretty good pen. They picked up a very respectable man, Aroldis Chapman, to lead the way. Apparently, he's gonna have the most WAR, I guess. Garrett Whitlock staying in the pen, which is good for them. I actually. Oh, man. Hopefully my group chat I'm in that's filled with Red Sox fan doesn't see this. I actually really like the Red Sox. Just in terms of who they are as a team, what I think they can be. I could easily see them being second place in the AL East. I will 100% buy this one a ton. But yeah, guys, that is going to do it for me. We are at the 43-minute mark, pretty much hitting right where I want to be. My lighting's been a little weird this whole time. That's because my light is below me. It should actually be here. Oh, that's so much better. Look how clear I am compared to... I don't really care that much. It really does not matter to me. But look at me holding it now. Yeah. But yeah, second ever episode of the Ball Knowers podcast here on Ball Knowers Anonymous. Follow me on Twitter. That's _24kin. Follow the Ball Knowers Anonymous Twitter account at Ball Knowers Anon. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want to hear me yap more often. I want to do more just different style of videos. We'll see. Maybe you guys can give me some ideas. But yeah, y'all have a great rest of your day. Happy Sunday. Peace out.